today I want to talk to you about my anxiety problems and do something about it. But not obviously do something about it, because sometimes you can't, but taking a step. So more about that later on. I've always been kind of like shy and anxious about being surrounded by a lot of people, but at the same time kind of having like a one-on-one situation with someone that I don't know or someone that I'm not quite familiar with. You could probably say that everyone kind of has anxious moments in their lives where they are shy around different people, etc, etc. But if I feel that I'm in kind of like an awkward situation where I feel anxious, or I'm going to be anxious, or I feel anxious about something, whatever the case may be, it takes over a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of breathing things going on and a lot of mental things going on, a lot of shaking, a lot of butterflies, a lot of sweating, a lot of feeling very hot or a lot of feeling very cold. And when I'm therefore in the awkward situation, it's a case of, right, for example, I'll give you an example. Say that I'm talking to someone that I don't know and I have to talk to them for whatever reason in the general public. It's a lot of, where do I look at them? Do I look directly at their eyes? Do I not look directly at their eyes? Should I look at the floor? Should I not look at the floor? Should I look over there? What are my hands doing? What is my face doing? What are they looking at when they're looking at me? It's a lot of things going on in my brain, thinking, what are they doing? What am I doing? And being very conscious of what's going on around me, what am I saying? And I notice when I speak to some people, sometimes a lot of crap comes out of my mouth, and a lot of stumbling of words, a lot of mixing words up, because I'm anxious about the situation. And a lot of the times when I'm speaking to someone that I don't know, or speaking to a lot of people at the same time, I forget what I'm saying, or I forget what they're saying to me, because I can't concentrate on what is going on. I'm not concentrating on what the context of the conversation is, because I'm so worried about what's coming out of my mouth, what I should be looking at, what they're looking at, and what they're thinking and what I'm thinking. It's so complicated. But more recently, I've always had a problem in small spaces, not to the point of, oh my god, I'm in a small space, I need to get out. But I've always felt uncomfortable generally in a small confined space with lots of people. I can handle it, but I've always been able to handle it, but not to the point where it gets crazy. But recently, being, for example, in a shop or a restaurant with lots of people where there's a lot of noise, I can't deal with it. So I have to either leave immediately, or I can stay there, but it will not be comfortable. Like, there will be a lot of sweating, there will be a lot of anxiousness. I'll go really quiet and I'll switch off, and I will zoom, I will just fade away, and I'll be somewhere else because I can't deal with it. And I'll get really grumpy or irritable or really crazy. For example, I was shopping the other day, and I had to get like a couple of items that I knew I had to get. So I knew everything that I had to get, had to go into the shop, had to buy it, and then that was it, I could leave. But I was in this really small shop, not tiny, but small. All the aisles were really close together. And this shop is always busy, filled with mums with their children, old people walking slow, everything, your worst nightmare when shopping. It's always the same, and perhaps I shouldn't go to that store, but I still go there. Anyway, I was there and I had to get like 3 things. I knew exactly, well, I didn't know exactly where everything was, but I kind of knew where everything was, so I could go and get them. And I got everything fine, but it took me a really long time to find everything properly. And then it was kind of like choosing what item I wanted out of a variety of different items. And then I had everything and I had to go in queue, but I couldn't get to the queue properly because there was loads of people in the way. And then so I was like, oh, I have to go. So I left everything, I put everything back in the places that I got them from. I didn't just leave it, I went back through the store, put everything back in the right place. And then I had to get out of the shop, but to go through the exit, you can't go through the way that you came because the door's closed. So I had to go all the way around to get back out again. And it's just getting weird. Like, I can't do certain things properly. Like, I've always had problems asking for things, like at counters, like asking for a drink or ordering something or doing something like that. Sometimes I'm fine, sometimes I'm not fine and I can't do it. But then you think, how the hell do you go and get tattoos? How the hell did you go and get your piercing? How the hell did you go and get your hair cut? How the hell do you go and do other things? And to answer that, I don't know, because on one hand, I can't go and order a drink, or I can't sit in a busy restaurant, or I can't stand in a shop full of different people or be in a small place, but I can quite easily go and get a tattoo. And yeah, I still feel anxious doing all those things that I can do sometimes, but it's still not easy. Like, there is still a lot of sweating, there's still a lot of, oh my god, where am I looking? Oh, what am I thinking about? And there's still a lot of analysing and complications and issues. It's not easy, and it never has been easy. Even getting a bus ticket, I couldn't get on a bus and get a bus ticket for about 4 or 5 years. I had to get someone else to do it for me because I couldn't do it. I can do it now, but before I get on the bus, for the next 10 minutes I'm thinking, okay, I need to ask for a bus ticket to this place, it's going to cost this much, do I have the right amount of money, where's the bus coming from, what happens if the bus is late, what happens if this, what happens if that, and it's always going on all the time. Some days it's better, some days it's not good, and it's just something that has always happened, but it's more of a recent thing where I'm anxious about everything, like everything. And I know it's stupid, but that's just the way I feel about certain things. And I can't explain why I'm anxious about other things, but I'm not anxious about some things. So it's a weird thing to kind of experience. It doesn't have to be inside, sometimes it can be outside. If there's a busy area, then I acknowledge that it's really busy and there's a lot of people there. I'll try my best to go a different way to bypass all of the busyness. And it's not the point of it's really busy. The point is, to me, there is a lot of people there. And for me, it's more of a people thing. And that's my problem. I like to be able to have a lot of space around me, and I like to have air. I have this thing about air at the moment. I need air. Don't like people close. Don't like people close, and I jump at everything. I opened the front door the other day, and I opened the door, and this little girl ran across my field of vision. She just ran across the doorstep, and she made me jump. She really made me freak out. And the phone can ring. I could be expecting a text from someone, knowing that it's going to come within 5 seconds, and boy, is it going to make me jump. It's being on edge, trying to deal with it. At the moment, it's easier for me if I'm in a situation that I can't cope with. It's easier for me now to be like, no, can't deal with it. I'm going, I'm leaving. It's easier for me to leave the situation, and it's easier for me to do that, which I never kind of did before, whereas I'm starting to do that now, and I'm kind of like acknowledging it a little bit more. So if there's a problem within a group of people, then I can see it and I can not approach it, which is a good thing. For example, yesterday I was in McDonald's, I ordered my stuff, my meal, and I was with Tom, and Tom always gets his meal first, and he went to go and sit down, and he sat right in the middle of kind of like the restaurant seating area around all these different people, and I'm sure all these people were really nice, but it was just a lot of people, and he was sat right in the middle of it, and there was a screaming child right beside him. It's freaking me out even talking about it. There was a screaming child right beside him, and the child's mum and whatever, and I can't sit there because I'm not going to enjoy it. I can't relax, and it's horrible. It's really bad. So I got there and I was like, sorry, I can't sit here, so we have to move. And normally I wouldn't do that, but I have to now, otherwise, because I have to feel better. I can't just sit there and let all of those things affect me. So yeah, we went upstairs where there was 5 people, and eating was a good thing, and there was no one there, so that's fine. Now I know that these feelings of anxiety pardon me, aren't going to go away overnight. They're not going to get better. They might even get a hell of a lot worse, I don't know. But I'm recognising it, and I can acknowledge when it's going to happen and kind of get myself out of that situation. Maybe getting myself out of that situation isn't a good thing because I'm preventing myself from perhaps achieving something. But it's not a case of avoiding it, it's a case of going around it in a different way to get to the obstacle. So it's not avoiding something, it's kind of approaching it in a different way and accepting that I'm anxious about something, but really thinking about how can I get to where I want to be. So it's a good thing. I know that this won't go away, as I've said, and to kind of acknowledge that I know that I'm anxious about different things and it happens every single day, it does get tiring and you do just want to overcome it. So to kind of make a stand towards my anxiety problems, I'm going to do something today that I've always wanted to do. It might be the smallest thing to you, but it's quite a big thing to me in different ways. But there's this big wheel that they have in quite a lot of cities, and you can pay to go on it and you can go around in the wheel. And me and Tom and I have walked past it a million times, and I've always said to Tom, I really want to go on the wheel, come on the wheel with me, and he won't go on the wheel with me. So as if I'm going to go on it by myself, because I can't. You have to approach the wheel by yourself. You have to inquire as how much the wheel is going to cost. You have to then find the change. You then have to give the person the change, acknowledge the person that you're speaking to, give them the change, which is a whole crazy thing. You have to quickly and easily and efficiently get onto your Ferris wheel coach room thing, and you have to do all of that, and that's something that I find hard to do. And you might be like, ha ha ha, that's not hard, but it's tricky for me. So today I'm going to go on the wheel because this is me making a stand for my anxiety. I know it's not going to go away, but there are things that I can do to just acknowledge it, work through it, and get on with it. So today I'm going on the wheel, and it won't be that bad because you're coming with me. I'm going to go alone, freaking out, but it'll be fine. It really will be fine. I know it sounds stupid, but life is short. There are some days when I think, why the hell should I just let my anxious feelings dictate how I live my life and how I spend my days? Being anxious is one of those things, but sometimes you just have enough. And I know that doing this isn't going to take my anxiety problems away, but tomorrow I can look back and say, yesterday I went on the big wheel by myself, and that to me is a big accomplishment. So this is for all the people that suffer from anxiety problems like me. So I'm at the wheel, I'm at the base of the wheel, and I've done a circuit just to kind of check it out because I can't directly approach the wheel. When I'm anxious about certain things that I have to approach, I will do quite a few laps before I go and try to approach it. And I managed to find out the price by not actually talking to anybody, and the price is £8.50, and I was like, I only think I have £6 in my wallet. Sat down on this bench, I have exactly £8.50. I'm now going to approach the wheel. I'm on the wheel by myself, £8.50 gone, and everyone's looking at me because I'm filming the situation. Who gives a shit? If you have problems with anxiety or whatever, and you're having a good day, take that opportunity to kind of stand up to feeling anxious and not let that good day be spoiled by feelings of anxiety, because life really is too short, really. And I know I can't say that, but because I'm only 24, but feeling that at 24 already because of feeling anxious about things, that's no excuse, is it? So get on your nearest wheel and do something you wouldn't normally do.